G'day, mate. Welcome to Mountain. This is Chloe. We are together, falling in love with our true selves. We've talked about MBTI before. You know what? I'm pretty sure Snow White is an E-type. When the hunter led her into the dangerous forest, the princess quietly followed, showing a fearless spirit. Even when left alone in the forest, she stayed calm and walked to the dwarf's home. The dwarfs were miners, and this fair-skinned princess decided to stay with 7 strangers like a social bandit. When the wicked queen tricked her with a poisoned apple, it didn't take much convincing for Snow White to take a big bite. This makes me think she's not just an E-type, but maybe a Taurus, impulsive and bit food obsessed. You might think I'm talking nonsense. MBTI doesn't work like that. So, how do you tell if you're an introverted I, an extroverted E, or somewhere in between? Today, let's dive into this and find out. They say if you don't know what E-types think, you're not listening. But if you don't see what I-type think, why not just ask? This might suggest all E-types talk non-stop and I-types stay silent. But that's not the case. The difference isn't about how much you speak, but how you recharge. When you're a Jane, do you prefer staying home to relax or going out to socialize and party? Why are people I or E? Is it nature or nurture? First, here are 3 key points. Whether your I or E is innate, you can't choose. Neither is better. Both have pros and cons. Few are purely I or E, most lean one way, with some close to the middle. Personality traits are seen as introverted or extroverted based on your autonomic nervous system, lively monkey faction or calm tortoise faction. If you're more energetic, you're an E-type. If you're calmer, you're an I-type. If both traits show up equally, you might be in the middle. You don't need to fully understand the autonomic nervous system. It works on its own. And your personality traits aren't something you can control. The monkey faction aims for action, like speeding up your heartbeat, blushing, clenching fists, or tensing muscle for a fight or quick escape. The Taurus faction focuses on rest, keeping your body calm for adequate recovery and growth. E individuals need lots of external stimulation and dislike being alone. I individuals feel overwhelmed with minimal outside disturbance. Those in the middle adapt well to both quiet and noisy settings. At a party, E-types mingle easily, chat with everyone, and are often hard to find when needed. I-types hide in corners, avoid interaction, and also hard to find. Those who seek out E-types to say goodbye and I-types to go home with are likely in the middle. The monkey faction seeks dopamine, so E individuals are driven to stay active, whether meeting a partner or a client. Anything exciting that boosts dopamine re-energizes them. Dopamine release activates the reward center in E individuals' brains, driving them to work hard for future rewards. ENTJs, in particular, are challenge-driven warriors who see happiness as a success. If you're starting a business, an ENTJ makes a good partner. They'll even try opening a hot pot restaurant in Africa. E-types are willing to take big risks for big returns. Often use the motto, nothing ventured, nothing gained. After the first hot pot restaurant profits, an ENTJ might quickly expand, potentially risking their capital. Generally, E individuals are happier and more enthusiastic than I individuals. For example, when you're sick, an ISFJ will quietly care for you and tend to your plans. An ESFJ, on the other hand, will keep talking, tell you about the stocked fridge, and update you on everything they've done, wanting you to relax and not worrying about things. In social or professional settings, E individuals' confidence and expressiveness can be an advantage. However, they can also be more impulsive and aggressive. Even intelligent types like ENTPs might act foolishly just to have the last word, especially in arguments with their partners. The tourist faction needs acetylcholine, a brain chemical that helps us relax. In a busy, noisy city, acetylcholine levels drop, making I individuals feel irritable and uneasy. While the reward center drives E individuals, the amygdala is more crucial for I individuals. They need to feel secure and stable before they can relax. INFJs, skilled at inspiring others, prefer one-on-one interactions, like Dumbledore, who rarely spoke publicly despite leading the Order of the Phoenix. I individuals stay as careful observers, keeping a safe distance from danger. I individuals need to figure things out on their own before discussing them, which can cause misunderstandings. Even INFPs, known as good communicators among I-types, might respond to their partner's questions with silence, lost in thoughts like, how do I explain that snakes are adorable despite my partner's objections? When I individuals are interested in something, they can immerse themselves for hours. An ISFP, for instance, might spend an entire afternoon watching clouds to capture their changing shapes, believing they reflect the sky's mood. This focus helps I-types become experts or interdisciplinary talents. While there are no exact stats, many scientists, original singers, and writers are likely I-types. Few people are completely extroverted or introverted. It's more about whether you lean toward E or I. Most MBTI reports show a percentage like 65% I and 35% E. Some people are almost balanced, with 50 to 55% I or E, and are considered medium-sized. If you are one of these, you enjoy both dopamine boosts and treats like cakes and ice cream. However, your amygdala might make you jump at sudden surprises, making that ice cream cone less appealing. Medium-sized individuals combine the strengths of both I and E types, making them effective team leaders. They can lead courageously, stay stable when needed, communicate well, and handle solitude for tasks. However, they may also show the weaknesses of both types. For example, someone who confidently gave a speech at the company event might later feel exhausted and alone, thinking, I'm so tired and I still have to socialize. This wraps up our talk on extroversion and introversion. E and I types aren't exclusive, but rather endpoint on a scale from minus 50 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. Everyone shows traits from both sides. E-types have moments of wanting to be alone, and I-type enjoy partying with friends until dawn. Whether you lean I, E, or somewhere in between, these traits define us. We should accept them without focusing on their positives or negatives. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell for updates on latest content and psychology insights. In the future episodes, we will continue to explore the topics of personality. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. See ya!